Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to Football Manager 2015. And as you can see, things have gone slightly wrong. Stevenage sacked me. I will admit, I didn't do a great job there, but I had so many injuries at the start of the season. My entire back four were wiped out before the season had even kicked off, so I had to create a makeshift back four for the first few games of the season. And every time someone came back to full fitness, someone else went out injured. So in the end, I ended up with a threadbare squad for almost the majority of the time I spent at Stevenage. Because of that, we ended up in the bottom two. And even though my last game with Stevenage was a 1-0 win with a penalty in the 86th minute against Cheltenham, a few days after the game, the Stevenage board decided that they needed a change, so they sacked me, which is a bit of a shame. However, we might be able to jump straight into another job, because Northampton, who are also in the bottom two of League 2, they offered me an interview. Before I even applied for the job, they offered me an interview. And you might have seen on the news window just then that I've actually attended the interview. I think I gave a good account for myself. I said that I wish I had more time at Stevenage, and I admitted that I didn't do the best job there. And if I was given another chance, then things would definitely change. So now it's just a case of sitting and waiting to see what happens. Northampton flattered by Jeffrey's interest. There we go. Unsuccessful. John McMahon is the guy they've chosen. I'm sure that, I won't hold it against him. We got some teams here though that we can apply for. We could apply for Notts Forest and Leeds, but I doubt we'd get an interview. Never mind the actual job. So I think teams like Eastleigh is a realistic one. Tamworth, maybe. It depends what their finances are like. They haven't got a bad squad actually. I'd rather not drop too far into the non-league though, because the whole point of this series was to start a little bit higher up the ladder, so the first two seasons we aren't just trying to get into the league. I'll apply for Tamworth. They're 14th in the table, so they're not in trouble. Hednesford, they're 20th in the league, and they've got a very, very small squad. So I imagine this would be a bit of a challenge for me. I wouldn't mind if I'd started the season there, but joining them halfway through, when they're this low down, that is a risk. Especially if they get relegated, I have to leave, because there is no league on this game below Conference North. I mean, realistically there is a league below Conference North, but you can't manage a team in that league. So you end up, I think you get like a 1-year deal, and the way they phrase it is you've decided to leave at the end of your contract. Either that or they sack you before that window of opportunity comes around. Which is annoying, but it's what happens basically. It's the punishment for being relegated. Alright, I'm just looking at, let's go to the inbox a second. Job application received from Eastleigh. They're flattered by my interest. That's always good to see. Harry Redknapp has joined West Brom. Blimey, didn't see that one coming. Imagine if that happened in real life. Bloody hell, they'd be in trouble right now if that was true. I mean, I like Harry Redknapp, but he didn't do a great job at QPR this year. Chester. Where are Chester in the league? 22nd. They've got a good team though. They've got players like Sean McConville. Who else they got? John Rooney, who I actually tried to sign for my Stevenage team not long before they sacked me. Peter Wynn, good player as well. Ex-Stevenage player. Ubo Toure, you might remember him. He was part of my Whitehawk team. Anthony Furlong, ex-Stevenage. Do you know what? I will apply for them. Let me, there it is. Apply for them. Who have we got that's in trouble? Plymouth, John Sheridan. Should we declare interest? Hehehe. Let's rub it in a little bit and say I'll have your job if no one else wants it. Cambridge wouldn't be a bad one. Kidderminster. And I'll leave it at those three for now. I don't want to come across as too desperate, because then I imagine anyway, I haven't actually experienced this because I don't change jobs too often on this game, but I imagine if you showed too much interest in too many jobs, no one wants to hire you because it shows a lack of loyalty. So let's see what happens. We've still got the job offers to come through. Yeah, Plymouth and Cambridge have dismissed interest. Tamworth have flattered, and they've actually offered me an interview, so let's attend that. Barnsley, that option's come up as well. League 1, not bad. There'll probably be League 2 next season in real life. Not looking brilliant at the moment for them, but they have just appointed a new manager, so who knows, he might turn things round for them. In the meantime, let's attend this interview with Tamworth. Right, I'm glad you've given me the chance to talk to the club. Let's get down to business. Here we go. Now, this is the first answer I normally give. Is I've not been in the managerial game that long, because really we're only in December and I've already been sacked. So that's also quite depressing, actually, because I thought we might have made it to January before things hit the fan. I might go for this one. I know full well that it would be a risk if you were to hire me, but I hope you can look past the lack of experience and trust that I am the right candidate for the job. Let's go for that one. Can you explain why you're willing to take a drop down to a club of our level? It's only a small step down from my last job. I wouldn't worry about it. We might as well say that. It's fair to say you failed to live up to expectations at your former club. Why weren't you able to produce the goods? This is the one I went for with Northampton. I wasn't given a chance to see things through. I would have preferred to have been judged over a longer period of time. That's the one I'm going to stick with here, because I do feel like that. I do feel like they didn't give me much of a chance. The team were only starting to gel to my tactics when they actually sacked me. And even though we only won 1-0 against Cheltenham, we completely dominated the game. They didn't even have a shot, never mind on target. That's how dominant we are. Or were, I should say. It's no longer we either. That's how dominant Stevenage were in that game. Before, I mean, even the penalty, it was a really good move from Adam Marriott that actually won us the penalty. Like I said, I'm just upset that they didn't give me the chance to actually see it through to the end. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs right now? I'm merely considering my options. That sounds best. We parted company with our last manager much sooner than anybody would have anticipated. Can you offer assurances that we won't be in for a repeat of that? It's my intention to commit to a long and successful career with this club. Let's go for that. This club has been underperforming for far too long. Are you the right person to turn things around? I'd make 1 or 2 small adjustments and enjoy the results. This team doesn't need a radical overhaul. It's closer than people think. I'm going to go for this one. I've got the ability... No, actually no, because I haven't got the experience. Yeah, alright then, let's go for this one. Right, any philosophies? I like to develop younger players, bring them through. No further philosophies. Solid mid-table position. Yes. Do I have anything to request? Not really. So there you go. There's the interview done. So hopefully they come back and offer me a job. Eastleigh have now offered me an interview as well. Some other stuff going on. Are there any more jobs come up? Nothing around my level. Might cheekily apply for the QPR job and just see how that goes. Although I can't see it being that successful. Right, Eastleigh. Let's talk to them. Most of these will be the same answer. Yeah, pretty much all of these are the same answers that I've given before. This one's new. The club would be looking for a candidate capable of performing to our expected standards across multiple competitions. Are you confident of handling that better than our previous manager? I might go for this bottom one. I've always been more about the process than the result, and I'd suggest that this club needs to focus on more than just competition performance. I like that answer. Am I capable working with limited resources? I guess I'm in for a challenge and I'm looking forward to it. I do like working in a tight budget, even though I always go over budget. But the results speak for themselves, and over time you start to break even because of that. There we go. No philosophy. Oh no, wait, younger players. Now I have no further philosophies. Top half of the table. Yep, I should be able to do that. Transfer budget of 50k. They're actually offering me more than Stevenage did for a transfer budget. Wage budget of 24k, so it's only £500 a week over, so I'm happy to work with that. because the first thing I always do is trim the deadwood anyway. And they're 13th in the table, Eastleigh, so that's a very, very good opportunity if they offer me the position. Very good opportunity. Tamworth have approached us. I'm going to delay this for a week just to see if Eastleigh come back with an offer. If they do, then I will take the Eastleigh job, because it just looks like a better option. They've given me money. There we go. Eastleigh have offered me the job. So they want me to finish above mid-table, which I'm pretty sure I could do. Transfer budget 50k. Wage budget 24k per week. I'm happy with that. That is a very, very good offer. We'll take it. 1 year deal, so that should see me through to the end of the season. And we are now in charge of Eastleigh. Jeffrey's struggle at Stevenage and was eventually sacked. We'll now be hoping for a better experience upon taking the Eastleigh post. What I'm looking forward to seeing is whether Stevenage stay up or not. And if they don't stay up, it'll be interesting to see whether we get promoted, because then we'll actually take their place in the Football League. So that'll be, yeah, I'd look forward to seeing if that happens or not. Obviously I don't want Stevenage to get relegated because they are my team in real life. But in terms of karma, I think they would deserve it for sacking me. Alright, let's go through this very, very quickly. Meet the journalists. Right. I want to have a look at my staff. Oh, hang on. We got some players out on loan. Yemi Odebaid, I remember you. Actually, I'm looking forward to get him back and in the team, providing he is actually not on loan till the end of the season. Is he on loan? Yes, he's on loan till the end of the season. Great, okay. Forget that one then. Stuart Fleetwood as well. Did he used to play for Stevenage, or have I got that wrong? No. He scored against Stevenage though, which is quite annoying. Hoganson, who have actually loaned from Stevenage, he's there. We've got Cody Cropper, Joe Partington, he's a good player. Dan Walker, Callum Davies. Why do I recognise your name? Probably because you used to play for Gillingham. Must have played against Stevenage at some point. Anyway, choose captain. Craig Stanley, Chris Todd. I'm just choosing the two guys at the top of the list. New subscriptions, just accept those. This isn't much of a tutorial, this section. Just going to skip through this as quick as possible. Meet the players, yep, whole team meeting. Finish in a respectable position. Now here we go. People aren't happy. I think it's a bit too ambitious to be thinking about finishing in a respectable position. I disagree. I think we can achieve. I am quite disappointed with that reaction, actually. I thought they'd be wanting to push high. Guess not. Who have we got? James Constable's in this team as well. Dion Burton, Paul Reed, Adam Yates, Jai Reason, Harry Pell. Blimey. This is actually a very, very good team. Right, press conference. It's been reported that you actually applied for this job and sought it out. What stood out about Eastleigh for you to want to manage here? I think it's a great club to build a big future for and set things up for long-term success. That's a very good answer. Do you feel the expectations asked of you this season have been fair and realistic? Yep, very happy with the direction we're going in. If we can talk for a moment about your previous job, you were of course sacked by Stevenage. Was that a decision you agreed with? I think I was treated extremely unfairly and the decision was absolutely the wrong one. Ha ha ha. You spent very little time away from the game before taking over at Eastleigh. Was there a conscious effort to ensure that you stayed active? I think it was a case of being in the right place at the right time, and thankfully Eastleigh were keen to talk to me. That's a good one. Some have suggested that you were taking a big step down by joining Eastleigh. Be honest, this isn't the level that you would ideally be managing at, is it? I don't want to stay at this level, but neither does the club. We share the same ambitions. That sounds good. I'm looking to change the club from top to bottom. This is a long-term project for me and the work starts right now. That's also true. Will you be targeting competitions like the FA Trophy early in your tenure? It gives us a great opportunity to take our focus away from the league and change our approach slightly. It would be great for the club if we could go deep into the competition. That sounds like you're saying the league isn't important. I think it definitely gives us an opportunity to build up some momentum and work towards a tangible early reward. That sounds like a better answer. For Eastleigh, was there a conscious effort to ensure that you stayed active? I think it was a case of being in the right place at the right time, and thankfully Eastleigh were keen to talk to me. That's a good one. Some have suggested that you were taking a... Yep, go for that one. What was it about this job in particular that appealed to you? I like their ambition. They are very, very ambitious. And actually, whilst we're talking about ambition and type of players, I'm going to set my formations again. Reset my tactics. There we go. So we've got M4J1 and M4J2. Now these are tactics. This is a new one for me. I haven't really done this one before, and it was a bit of an experiment. And this is actually the formation I used a lot in my Stevenage career. Where's all my squad gone? That was weird. Only half of them were appearing just now. But yeah, I feel like this is still a work in progress, this tactic. It's not fully due. I like their ambition. They are very, very ambitious. And actually, whilst we're talking about ambition and type of players, I'm going to set my formation an extra attacking option. You can also put him up as a striker, and it's quite versatile in that respect, so I like it for that reason. And actually, as an all-round thing, it isn't a bad tactic to have. If you have a guy sitting in front of your back four, it is quite good. The problem we had with Stevenage was midfield were just being dominated every single game. They weren't really keeping hold of the ball as much as I'd like them to, and that was what ultimately cost us matches. The defence themselves were okay, and attacking wise we were still scoring goals. It was just unfortunate that the midfield was getting outclassed and outnumbered every game, and I didn't want to sacrifice a defender or a striker to actually make up the numbers, because you still got three in midfield, and if I move this guy forward, it just floods the midfield. It becomes too congested in there, and you still don't get the ball around where you want it to be. So it's a real frustrating thing. But that's in the past now. We are at Eastleigh. I'm looking forward to getting stuck in and actually trying to win a trophy this season, whether it's the playoffs or the league or the FA trophy, whatever it might be. I'm looking forward to actually getting stuck in and doing that. I've never managed Eastleigh before on Football Manager, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. I've never worked with, well, I've worked with some of these players, but not all of them, so I'm looking forward to learning about how they work as well. And overall, I'm just looking forward to a really, really good, happy career with Eastleigh. They've got some very good players, as you can see. Ben Strevens, Jack Midson, Dion Burton, as I've already said. James Constable, very good player. They're all getting on a little bit, but they're still very, very good players. Joey Reason is a good young midfielder. Brian Howard, formerly of Reading, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, formerly of Reading. And Millwall, Portsmouth, Bristol City, CSKA Sofia, really? Don't remember that bit of his career. So, again, Football League experience. It's always good to have. Hoganson, who I know very well from my Stevenage time. Aaron Davis, good player. Dan Spence. Adam Yates, who... I want to say Hartlepool, but I'm wrong. Port Vale, that's the one. He's on loan from Port Vale. Burton, Morecambe, Leek, Crewe. Yeah. So I'm very happy with this. Very, very happy with this indeed. Right, so I'm going to carry on with this career. It's by no means the end. We are going to fight, fight, fight. And whatever happens next, if things go well, I will see you guys at the end of the season. If things go badly, then I'll see you whenever that happens, I guess. So until then, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, be sure to click the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to my channel, thank you guys for your continued support. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I will see you soon.